Asante sana, Prof. Please be seated. Thank you very much. That's the advantage of having a non-politician and a teacher. What were very few words, but a lot of action. Ladies and gentlemen, and all invited guests, it gives me great pleasure to join you on this occasion when we are holding the third National Conference on Curriculum Reforms. The reforms, which are driven by the mission of nurturing every learner's potential, will catalyze a major transformation in our education system. Indeed, all learners, including those with special needs, will be provided with an opportunity to excel in their areas of ability and interest. Further, the reforms will be underpinned by a comprehensive value-based approach. Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed very aware that ahead of today's conference, the Ministry held education quality dialogues in all our 47 counties. And this, I believe, has given an opportunity to Kenyans to offer their views on the kind of education that they want for their children. I am also aware that after these stakeholder engagements, the Ministry of Education held 11 sector-based pre-conferences to discuss different aspects critical to the improvement of education quality in the country. This is important because it underscores my administration's commitment to adhere to the tenets of public participation as envisioned in our Constitution. That said, ladies and gentlemen, we are faced with fast-paced growth of global economy that includes rapid shifts in technology, which require a workforce with relevant skills. And it is in this regard that I am committed to facilitating the reforms in our education system. These reforms are necessary if we are to ensure we have quality education that provides learners with relevant competencies to become competitive in the global workplace. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, I do recognize that implementation of such major education reforms will inevitably pose some challenges. And to this end, I seek your support to ensure that we consolidate and build on the gains of the competency-based curriculum as we make it a world-class curriculum. I am also aware that the Cabinet Secretary, Professor Makoha, has set up a task force to advise on the implementation of the competency-based curriculum reforms. This task force has, amongst other things, recommended that the lower secondary, which is grades 7, 8, and 9, should now be domiciled in our secondary schools. And this, because we have also insisted, and has also been contained in the task force report, that there will be no examinations in Standard 6, which shall ensure that we have now 100% transition from primary through to secondary school. I acknowledge the progress that we have made so far in the preparations for rolling out the reforms in grade 4 next year. Indeed, I am aware, and we have heard from Madam Nancy, that the Teacher Service Commission has trained a total of 113,200 223 teachers from public and private schools. And I believe this is good progress. I do expect that the Ministry of Education and the Teacher Service Commission will maintain the momentum and ensure the training of teachers is completed expeditiously and that all instructional materials are available in schools by January of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's long-term goal, as enshrined in our own Vision 2030, is to transform the country from its current status into a newly industrializing middle-income country, providing a high quality of life to all its citizens by the year 2030. The realization of this vision is only possible if education plays its role effectively. Consequently, the curriculum reforms should focus on providing education and training that guarantee opportunities for our young people, not only here in Kenya, but also globally. We need education that is practical and hands-on. Education which nurtures creativity and innovation. One that needs to encourage a problem-solving approach to challenges facing our communities and our nation and the world, and one that encourages our youth to take advantage of the opportunities available to them. We need a curriculum that will positively manage our diversity and enhance cohesion of the Kenyan people. We need to inculcate in our youth national values, to train a youth that takes responsibility for its country, a youth that is patriotic and exudes integrity. These are some of the underlying objectives of the competency-based curriculum. Digital literacy is critical for productivity in the technology-driven era. And this is why my administration has introduced the Digital Learning Program to prepare Kenyans for the fourth industrial revolution, which will be driven by technology. As I conclude my short statement, let me reiterate once again my administration's commitment to educational reforms, which I believe will play a major role in setting the pace for our nation to achieve the goals of Kenya Vision 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, just as we conclude, we are embarking on a process that will have a lot of challenges. But I believe a process that will reset Kenya's growth trajectory and the opportunities that are available to our young people. I appreciate, especially for teachers, that these initial times will be trying for you. But I believe that the role that you have played in the past in shaping our children, I believe that the commitment you have to the children of Kenya will give you the inspiration to understand that you don't want that effort that you put in to go to waste. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure for all teachers here, it is a very disheartening thing to spend many years training a child and then see that child turn out to be nothing. To see that child turn out without hope. To see that child end up abusing drugs. to see that child end up a criminal because of lack of opportunity. And that is why I believe you teachers should be the greatest warriors in assisting us to reshape our curriculum in order to ensure that those children who have lost hope are able to regain hope and confidence that their future is bright and that there are opportunities for them out there. Because I believe that at the end of the day is a dream of every teacher, of every parent. And that is the objective that we have here today. To help train and impart knowledge that our children can use, that our children can take advantage of to become positive contributors to themselves and society in future. So let us not be dampened by the challenges, but rather let us be inspired by them and even more determined to ensure we overcome them with the knowledge of the kind of child we shall have at the end of the road. To our parents, again, we have no greater wish than to see our children succeed. And it is disappointing when we see, the levels of drug abuse, criminality, children with no hope. They are adults, but they are still dependent on parents for their well-being. But yet we are also at fault, if we look at it. In many instances, look at the amount of pressure that we put on our children. You must pass your exams. You must. Jameni, saa ingine mtoto hata akiwa kwa likizo hapumziki. Tuition, sijui nini. Fanya hii, fanya hii. The child does not even have an opportunity to grow as a child. Are we then surprised when we put all this pressure that we start to see depression on the rise, that we start to see all these abuses also on the rise? Na mtu akimaliza unaambiwa lazima upate degree, lazima utaenda university, hata kama ni kulipa nitalipa, nihonge nani mtoto wangu aingie university. Akiingia university hata qualifications hana, kazi hana. Jameni, let us work together and arm our children with the skills and nurture the talents that God has given them, as opposed to imposing on them what we think they should be. Let us work together with our teachers. Let us nurture. Every single child has a talent. Every single child has a talent that they've been given to God. Ours is to get that talent out and to train it so that it can become useful to that child in future. Kuna wale Mungu amewabarikia kutumia mikono yao. Sasa kama mtu amebarikiwa kuwa carpenter ambaye ndio atakuwa mjenzi wa manyumba kubwa kubwa Kenya hii, kwa nini wewe mzazi umlazimishe ati wewe utakuwa daktari? Na huyu mtoto hata akiona site ya damu ya mbuzi anasirai, lakini wewe unamwambia wewe utakuwa daktari. Hata damu ya mbuzi akiona yeye ana faint tu, lakini wewe unamwambia wewe ni daktari. Sasa jameni, nani ameharibu mtoto? Si ni wewe umeharibu mtoto jameni? Na yeye alikuwa anataka, maybe he would have been the best musician, he would have been the best artist, he could have been the best computer scientist you ever met anywhere, developing new technologies that will make life easier for everybody. After all, wale ambao wanatawala pesa ya dunia hii yetu, ukiangalia ule Steve Jobs wa Apple, ukiangalia huyu wa Microsoft, sijui anaitwa nani, Gates huyu, Hakuna mmoja wao alienda university. Lakini wakija hapa unaona maprofesa wanakimbia kushika mkono tu, hata sio kushika tu mkono. Nisalimie, na nataka unisaidie, najenga kashule yangu pale. Hata sisi marais jameni, ukiambiwa ati wanakuja unaanza kujivaa sawa sawa na kusoma ati uone ni nini yaweza kukuangukia huko katikati. So jamani, ile tunafanya sisi na tunataka tufanye pamoja ni kutayarisha watoto wetu wawe ma Bill Gates na ma Steve Jobs wa kesho wa Kenya. That is what we want. Kwa hivyo tuache hii mambo vuta ni kuvute, sijui hii. Shida zitakuweko kweli. Hakuna kitu ambacho kinaanzishwa au kinabadilishwa ambacho hakitakuwa na shida. Yeah? Nothing will be perfect from day one. But it is our commitment to fix and to face up to those challenges that is important. Not the recognition of the challenge. Not the recognition of the challenge. Nilikuwa naambia professor, tukisema tunataka 100% transition, usije sasa tuanze kusema hakuna classroom, watoto wako chini ya miti. Afadhali mtoto awe chini ya miti na kitabu na kalamu na mwalimu, badala ya awe anatembea barabara za Nairobi na chupa ya glue kwa mapua. Au ni namna gani wenzangu? Au ni namna gani? Na pole pole tutapata hizo darasa. Tutafika. Lakini sio kusema ati sasa kwa sababu hatuendelei. Ai jameni, tusaidiane. Na tukisaidiana na tukifaulu, hakuna mtu mmoja wetu ambaye hatasikia kweli tumepatia vizazi vya kesho the necessary tools to be conquerors and to be masters of their own destiny and to be great contributors to a wonderful, strong and great Kenyan nation of tomorrow. Kwa hivyo kwa hayo machache tuendelee kujadiliana. Nirudi hapa kwa hii imeandikwa. Na niseme finally I would like to wish all of you who are involved in this historic process the best as you undertake this very important national task. Thank you and God bless you all. Asante.